Okay, I did not expect to go live this soon again after I just did this, but I just wanted to talk a little about being an empath when we have tragedies that happen around the world, all the shootings and all the horrific things that we have been doing to each other. As an empath, I know I have a really hard time, and already I'm going to try to get through all this without bawling, because as an empath, I really do connect with people's feelings. And I'll tell you that first of all, of course, all the love and light I have in my heart goes out to everyone today in DC. And apparently there was another shooting in our country, in San Francisco, I believe. So that's part of it, is that just to deal with this tragedy as an empath is very difficult. I have, and of course now we're going to have, yay, fire trucks. I kind of have, sorry, and now my dogs are going to start howling, or my aunt's dogs are going to start howling. All right, stop. They're insane. Okay. I have a little kit that Me Too London suffered a massive tragedy today. Oh, I didn't hear about that one yet. See, it's horrible. I have a kit anyways that I have all together because when this kind of stuff started happening, I think really obviously 9/11 for us as Americans, and I know for everyone around the world, that was the biggest, the start of this 24-hour news thing, and that's really hard for an empath to deal with. So I kind of made a kit that is an emergency kit for an empath. That I actually have some rosemary for protection in it. I didn't bring the whole kit out, but I did bring the stones. Obviously, black tourmaline. That is really good, really important as an empath. That is a cleansing, a scrubbing stone. Really kind of allows you to stay in your center. Grounds me incredibly well if I have to be inside and stuff. A lot of times when this stuff happens, I have to be to work. It's not like we can just call off of work. I'm an empath, sorry, something happened across the country, I have to be done. So it really allows me to kind of sit and deal with what I need to deal with and not pull it all in. And it does get in. No matter what you do, it does get in. So you have to find a way to deal with that. But there are things that can help. Selenite, I happen to like the dark brown tan selenite. Again, grounding stone, cleansing. Selenite, extremely cleansing. It will cleanse all your other stones. It will keep everything from pulling in all that negativity that is around. I find it very important to keep a balancing stone. So this is a Shiva lingam. This really, really helps me to stay balanced. To keep aware of the situation without feeling that typical empathic feeling of pulling yourself in and getting sucked into it, and just, I mean, I could stay in bed for days. There are times that I think, how am I going to do this? And last but not least, and I have to say, this is one of my favorite stones, guys. This is called a Viking stone. I hope you can see that. It's very green and stuff. It usually is coming from Denmark lately, although there's a couple Scandinavian countries that it is coming from. It is like petrified algae, and it's such a great stone. I have never felt a stone pull that negative energy in, and it just reworks it. It just works it to me, it makes me feel like, okay, this is what's going on. This negative energy, it pulls it in there, and it allows me to deal with it and say, what do I want to do with this? Is there something that I can do sitting here in my office? Is there something, and I happen to be home today, is there something that I can do that could help the situation, that could help somebody else in this situation? Which I really, really believe that when tragedy strikes, you know, the Mr. Rogers quote, where when tragedy strikes, keep your eye out for the peacemakers, for the emergency workers, for the people who are using this to help others. You will always see the best in people when the worst in people comes out too. I love that quote. So this morning, as I'm getting ready to leave for work, we hear that there has been a shooting in DC. If you've been watching my videos at all, my son is a Navy intelligence, and he just started a mission in DC. He got there on Monday. What's today? Wednesday. He got there 2 days ago, and specifically talking about how his hotel room is in Alexandria, Virginia, which is where the shooting took place, and how horrible the traffic is, and blah, blah, blah. And of course, my first thought is Frankie okay? So I got on the phone and texted him, and thank goodness he's fine. He was just getting into work, and thank goodness I caught him before he got into work, because of course, even though he's 25, he doesn't have children yet. So do you think he would think, you know, my mother knows that I'm in DC, specifically in the area where the shooting took place? Let me just text my mother before I go into his building. They like literally confiscate their phones when they walk through the building in DC. So, you know, let me call my mother, make sure she knows that I'm okay. No, of course not. He's my oldest. I love my boys, but you know, some days you really want to go, really, kid? Come on. So anyways, he's fine. So that's the first place your heart drops, and you think, you know, one of my loved ones, are they okay? So, then I thought, okay, am I going to be able to deal with this at work? And today was unfortunately kind of a busy day. So I grabbed my kit. I have a little vial. I'll try to remember to show that to y'all at some point, of some protective herbs that I carry around my neck that have they're very aromatic, for one thing. And again, when I have to be in a cold concrete stone building when this kind of stuff happens, it's so hard as an empath. If I was able to come outside and take my shoes off and feel the earth and allow some of that to give it back to Mother Earth and allow her to rejuvenate me, I would not have such a hard time. But that's not how life works. So I grab my kit, I take a sniff when I really kind of feel overwhelmed, like things are starting to get to me, and allow myself to, okay, time to calm down. And with the Viking stone, I find that I hold it in my hand a lot. And also I have to say the Shivalingam too, because the balance part of it is really important for me. Maybe it's because Libra, you know, justice and balance. So the other thing that the Viking stone really helps with me is, what do I want to do with this energy? This energy that I have to transfer somehow, that is coming in from all this tragedy that is going on. If I can light a candle, I do that. I can't really do that at work. I have a little, you know, one of those fake flicker candles that I turn on. It doesn't really do it for me. I wish I could light a candle, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna, you know, set off the sprinklers and stuff. But I can hold my stones. I can put music on. I can't even say it. I do mammography. So I can put on Reiki music. I can give myself Reiki. I can give Reiki to the situation. And, you know, in those moments that I need to, I can cry. And as an empath, that's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? Sometimes you need to. Sometimes there's anger and fear and disbelief that people can treat each other the way we do. And you need to let it go. Apparently, I have to mention too that there was a press conference not too long ago, and I wrote some of the details down because my memory stinks, Representative Mike Doyle is a Democrat from Pennsylvania, and Representative Joe Barton is a Republican from Texas. Representative Barton was actually at the site of the shooting this morning and had brought 2 of his children there. So 2 of his kids were there. And again, in the midst of this crap, Representative Barton said, you know, it was like my son had 24 dads out there today, because the whole Congress was there. And as much as we see the animosity and we're so divisive in this country, especially lately, I find it very difficult sometimes to feel a connection with some conservative Republicans. It's hard to find common ground these days. We're so on the opposite end of the spectrum. But we have to remember when this stuff happens, that we do have common ground. We want our families to be safe as much as everybody else. We want, the best for our children, just like everybody else. We just really, right now, really see things in a completely different spectrum. And it's so hard to see the common ground. But when this happens, I just hope that we realize that as a country that there is some common ground. I still hate Trump. There's nothing that is going to get me to say that I like that man. But it's not because he's a Republican. It's because he is an egotistical ass. And if any of you like him, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. I love you as a person. I hate him. But because he likes the divisiveness. He really does. That's beyond the point. The whole point of this is to take care of yourselves, love each other, be good to each other, and when this stuff happens, get a kit together. Get a kit together that has just some of the stuff that makes you feel loved and cared for and grounded, and have it ready to grab and walk out the door with. It's okay. And as an empath, take some time to cry if you need to. You need to get it out, and it's okay. And know that you can spread some energy that's not that. And always look for the people who are spreading good in the midst of the bad. I love you guys, and blessings. And I hope everyone, is safe tonight. Give your kids and your moms and your parents and your family and your friends, give them an extra hug. In this horrible time when all these things happen, it's just really important to remember that you love each other. Blessings, guys.